Welcome to the Self-Care 101 podcast with your host, straight-talking life coach, Puja McClymont. This show provides simple self-development, supporting you to embody your self-worth so that you can live the happier, more fulfilled life that you deserve without burning out. Thank you so much for listening today. Hello, it's season 2, episode 21. I have some exciting news to share with you. Firstly, I know that I thank you in every episode for listening to the show, but I want you to know just how much I really appreciate it, because when I get feedback from you about a show helping you, I literally do a happy dance. This is my favorite space to be in, and I thank you again so much for listening and supporting me. I also want to welcome all my new listeners because this is exciting. Also, personal request, please can you subscribe to the show and leave me a review over on Apple Podcasts, because this really helps the show get seen by others. Now, on to the news. So the podcast is 2 years old in a couple of weeks, and I cannot believe how much it has grown and how much I want to grow it too. Now, I've decided to spend a lot more time on it so that I can bring you even more value every time you listen. As with anything that grows, more opportunities arise, and recently I've been approached to do advertising in the show. Now, this is something that I do not want to do. I think one of the best bits about this show is that I don't advertise and interrupt flow. However, as a creator and professional, I do need to look into how I can financially support the show. Now, I've found a brilliant platform called Buy Me a Coffee. I mean, it speaks to my soul. So what this platform does is that it allows us to connect with each other. So if an episode or the whole show benefits your life in some way, you can now become a supporter or member of the Self-Care 101 community and help to keep the show going. I've put together 3 memberships that I think will be really awesome. Espresso is £10 a month, and it essentially keeps the show going by covering costs. You also receive a shout out in the next episode for your support. Cappuccino membership gets us connected more personally. For £25 a month, I will create an episode for you on a topic of your choice. Plus, once a month, you get to have a coaching conversation with me via DM in the app for anything you need support with. The third tier is Americano for £87 a month, and it includes all the other benefits plus a monthly one-on-one coaching session with me, and you get to promote your mission or business or anything that you need support with in an episode of the show. So for more information, please hit the link in the episode's description. I hope this is something you'll enjoy. I think it's a great idea for us to get closer and for me to create more content that really helps you. So on to the show. Today I'm talking about how you can unleash your potential so that you can get the most out of your life. So let's get to it. I have this annoying habit of changing the "what I do for you as a coach" sentence, which I'm supposed to display on my website and on my social channels. It's called an elevator pitch, and every time I think, yes, this is it, the minute someone asks me what I do and I say it, I'm like, that's not quite what I do. So I go back to the drawing board and try a new sentence. Now, what I've learned from faffing about with this sentence for the past year is that I don't want to lead with pain. I want to lead with the transformation, because that's what lights me up. I also realize I need to feel more confident in saying what I do and using words like empowering and owning them as my own rather than cringing, because every online coach and his dog wants to own that for themselves. I am all about you fulfilling your potential, like expanding your potential and living a really fulfilled and happy life. I just love it. I love bringing out the best in people. It's so beautiful, getting people to believe in themselves and to see that there is so much more to life than paying the bills. Now I digress. So unleashing your potential is about doing more with your life than just working, paying the bills, a holiday here and there, and then, well, dying. There is so much more that we can be doing that not only makes us feel great about our lives, but it also contributes to the lives of others. Now, we tend to think in terms of our bubble only, thinking that we don't have time or that we're not good enough to contribute to society. But if we don't contribute, we will end up hating our lives and pretty much die of boredom. So let's not do that. Now, I want to be clear here that I'm not talking about quitting your 9 to 5. This is about doing more than just working. I know work takes up most of our time and our lives, but there is time and space available for more fulfilling pursuits. You've just got to be willing to open yourself up to where the opportunities lie. Now, for the parents who are listening, did you know that there isn't a rule that says you need to go to every single birthday party that your kids are invited to? This is actually a great learning opportunity to teach your kids about boundaries so that they don't grow up to be people pleasers. Also, you don't need to put them in every extracurricular club you can find. Think about which clubs they're going to and find out why you're putting them in there. I see so many kids doing ballet, but the parents are hell-bent on the kids becoming doctors. So why are you putting your kid in ballet if you don't want them to do anything with the art? Some might say it's to give the child a well-rounded experience, and I hear you, but I would probably then say, what can you do with them that provides that same experience? I'd also add here that if your personal schedule is mostly filled with what the kids are doing, you're putting them first over yourself. And this is going to lead you to be frustrated with your life, and you'll take it out on them. It'll affect your relationships, and once they're like 21, you'll wonder what you actually did with them. Think about the time you spent together during lockdown. Did you appreciate your kids? And then, when you do give to yourself, what do? Most of us, me included, but most of us get pissed with our mum friends, right? That gives us a hangover, we're crap the next day, and then we still have to be mums regardless. Then we're grumpy, snappy, because we just can't be the adults that we truly are. So for those who are not parents, really consider how you spend your time and your money. You have a real advantage here of turning your life around and creating something super special because you are number one in your life. Now, if you spend your money on clothes every week, have a think about all the kids and families who can't do this. Maybe do a clothing drive to a local charity and decide if your buying habits can be adjusted. Real talk. Essentially, you're buying clothes to make you feel good about something you're not facing, so it'll be good for you. I promise. And when you do spend time with your friends, is it always about dinner and drinks, getting so hammered that you barely remember the night? This isn't going to contribute to a fulfilling life, so try to socialize differently. Now, I'm not talking about revolutionary ideas, but get to know your friends better. Ask them if they'd be up for making something at a pottery workshop, or doing a painting day, or going for a walk in a different area to where you normally meet and explore. What about a boat ride? You see, there are so many ways to socialize that can be so much more fulfilling than just dinner and drinks. Now, these are very simplistic examples, but I'm pretty sure you get my drift. You can do your own analysis of where you spend your time and what takes up your time. We do a lot of things for the sake of doing them, and we think that we need to be busy all the time. A couple of episodes ago, I talked about people who are constantly busy. Why are you so busy? Why? Why are you so busy? And busy doing what? You know, if you come to the end of a week and you are feeling miserable or tired, exhausted, fed up with your life, and you're just like, oh, I can't keep doing the same thing day in, day out, you're filling your schedule with things that don't fulfill you. So this show is about unleashing your potential, and that is looking into who you are, what you like to do, and doing more of that in your life. So if you don't like carting the kids to 3 different birthday parties on a weekend, don't do it. Just do one. We are conditioned to think that we have to do these things, and it all falls under the umbrella of people pleasing. But why? Why? Your kids aren't going to hate you for not letting them go to a particular birthday party. And it's not even about letting them go. It's about setting boundaries with your kids. Right, of 10 invitations, you get to go to 5 this month. Which 5 would you like to choose? You're actually empowering your kids to make decisions for themselves. You're also empowering your kids to not be people pleasers as they grow up. Now, you know what it's like to be a people pleaser, if you're a people pleaser. So why would you do that to your kids? Because you're not going to be able to undo that cycle unless you actively undo it. And then if you are spending most of your social time doing dinner and drinks, I mean, I love a good dinner. Don't get me wrong. I love a good dinner. I love a good cocktail. If you watch my Instagram stories, you'll see I really enjoy a nice bougie night out. But I know that it's very short and unfulfilling. I get to see and spend some time with people that I love. Great. But I know that I'm not going to necessarily remember the whole night or all the conversations, so I can't really follow up with them. You don't necessarily get into deep talk, real connection with your mates because you're not being able to clear-headedly talk to them. Getting to know our friends and our family through different means by doing different activities together can really show us who people are, because we grow, we change, we don't actually stay the same. We go to our sort of go-to people that are, comfortable, and we spend time with them and we talk to them usually about the same things. But they are changing, you are changing. And really the only way to bring out that side of ourselves is by doing activities that bring us together. At the age of 40, what do you and your friends like now? At the age of 35, what do you and your friends like now? It's different. If some have become parents, what do they like? If some aren't parents, what do they like? What do they do in their spare time? What are they doing to fulfill their lives? It can be really, really interesting, and it's a really great way of expanding your relationships too. So have a look at doing things just that little bit differently. And I'm not saying do a complete overhaul of your life unless you're ready to do that. And then if you are, I'm totally here for it. But just make small changes. It's always about making small changes, especially like in coaching, it's always about small changes. We're not talking about revolutionary acts. The revolutionary act happens over time, and then it looks like, oh, I just turned my life around. But you didn't just, it took you 5 years to get there. So just think of it in terms of the small things that you can do that make a difference. So for instance, like when it's a rainy day, could you get some colouring pencils out and do some drawing, tap into your creative side? Could you start doing some singing classes? Could you learn to play the piano? Could you maybe take up ballet as an adult? Why not? I think you get my drift. So how can you do this? Now, I've got 5 very easy tips that you can do once you finish listening to the episode. And basically start now, start this weekend. See if you can make some adjustments to your plans so that they contribute to your potential being expanded. You are an incredible human being. Whether you believe me or not, that's your business, babe. We can work on believing in yourself. But you are an incredible human being. You have the potential to do anything that you want to do. But the question you need to ask yourself first is, what do you want to do? What do I want to do? What do I want my life to look like? What can I be doing more of? What can I be doing less of? Questions that we don't ask ourselves. We're quick to say what we don't want. And the thing with that, which you'll have heard me say before, when we say that we don't want something, our brain doesn't process it as a positive. Our brains process it as a negative. So then basically, we just give ourselves more of the thing that we don't want. So it has to be changed. It has to be changed to what I want. And then, like I talk about in manifestation episodes, you have to then align your actions to show more of what you want. So if I want to cultivate better relationships with my friends, I need to create a schedule of calling the friends that I want to speak to. I know that I can't be so socially loose that I can meet people all the time every week. I know that that's not possible in my life. But I don't mind having a phone conversation with someone. For me, that's still connecting. A video call so I can see their faces is satisfying enough. And then when I can, then I want to see them in person because that's my favorite thing to do with my friends. But I have to create that schedule to make sure I call them. Because if I just say I want to cultivate better relationships with my friends, unless I align my actions to actually do it, it's literally just a wish. And wishes don't come true. So I'd have to put into my diary, every Tuesday I will speak to one of these 5 friends. Every Thursday I'll speak to one of these 5 friends. And on a Sunday, I'll catch up with one of these 5 friends. Every single week or every other week or once a month, whatever I can do, that's how I will cultivate better relationships. So you can apply this same principle to whatever it is that you want more of, not less of, but what you want more of. So let's look at the tips. Now, these are really, really easy tips. They will require a paper and pen, but let's do this. So the first tip, list down everything that you enjoy in life. Everything. Absolutely everything that you enjoy in life. If you want a sort of guideline, start with 10 things that you enjoy in life, and just list them down. Don't think about what you're going to do with it. Just literally list down the things that you enjoy in life, or even something that you haven't done in a while that you'd like to explore more of. Put that down. The next thing to do is to list down everything that you're good at. Now, this point is about contributing to society. So this one's a really interesting one of how to use your skills and experiences to enhance the world around you. So list down everything that you're good at. Then the third point is to start researching how you can do more of it for yourself and even others. So have a look at how you can do more of it for yourself and even others from both of those lists. Then number 4 is to reschedule your life to incorporate it. Literally reschedule it. So if you're doing an activity every Saturday morning that you know you hate getting up Saturday morning to do it, you don't want to do it, it brings no joy to your life, stop doing that and instead put something that you would enjoy in that space. Then 5, start doing it. Literally start doing it. Don't faff about. Don't waste time. That's why I say you can do this weekend. You can actually make a change this weekend. It's just a small tweak, but don't overthink it. Just start doing it. And then to really make this count, reflect in your journal how it makes you feel to do it. Literally write down, how does it make me feel to do this particular activity that I really enjoy doing or that I get so much satisfaction from? Write down how it makes you feel. And then you need to do this for at least 3 weeks. 3 weeks is our magic number because it's 21 days to form a habit. But 3 weeks gives us an indication of something that we're adding to our routine that is bringing a difference to our lives. It's changing our energy. It's making us happier. It's making us fulfilled. It's giving us ideas. So do it for 3 weeks. Reflect in your journal. How does it make me feel? And then the 6th point is basically your kind of, your checkpoint. If the benefit of doing the activity outweighs the effort, you've won. You have won. Do more. Pick out something else from that list. And over time, you're going to see just how full and satisfying your life can become. Now, I have a bonus tip in here. If one of the things that you do contributes to another person, then you are really winning, because helping others is not only good for them and a good thing for you to do, it's also something that makes us happier and healthier. Giving connects us to others, creating stronger communities, and it helps us to build a happier society for everyone. You can't just put a hashtag on a social media post saying, be kind or whatever it is. You've actually got to do the work. And it's not always about money, We can give our time, we can give our ideas, and we can give our energy. Someone, somewhere out there, wants what you have. Someone somewhere out there wants to learn what you know. You have, like I said, you are an incredible being, expanding your potential, unleashing your potential then out into the world just makes this world so much of a better place. And who gets to benefit the most? Well, you do. You get to benefit. You get to not live your life in vain. You get to live your life with joy and happiness and fulfillment, all the things that we say that we want, but we refuse to do anything about. And I get this with my clients a lot, when if a client comes to me and they literally just work and then socialize on the weekend, got nothing else going on in their lives, and I'll talk to them about hobbies, they always cringe at me about hobbies. And I'm like, you can cringe all you like, but this is the stuff that titans are made of. People who are really successful in life, and I don't just mean financially successful, but people who are really fulfilled, happy and satisfied with their lives are those that do more than work, and it sounds like I'm giving you extra stuff to do because it's to do more than, but actually it's not. It's to do more of the things that make you happy, that make you smile, bring you joy, bring you energy. That's what really creating a fulfilling life is all about. Less reality TV, although if you're a Housewives fan, don't curb that habit because I need friends to talk to about it. No, but really, what you do outside of your work and outside of your, your obligations, that's really where happiness is sitting and waiting for you to explore and appreciate it. So let's take the Self-Care 101 podcast to the next level. Head over to the Buy Me a Coffee link in the episode description to either literally buy me a coffee, which I will thank you for, with a supporter donation, or sign up to one of the 3 incredible memberships that gets us connected. Thank you for listening to the Self-Care 101 podcast. If you enjoyed the show, please subscribe, rate and review over on Apple Podcasts so that other people like you can find the show. For more information about the work I do, head over to my website, PujaMcClymont.com, and for daily inspiration, please follow me on Instagram at Puja McClymont. Sending love and talk to you soon.